Welcome back to Philly Live. Legendary actor and singer Tony Danza is coming off a residency at the Cafe Carlyle in New York, and he's bringing his show to Pottstown tomorrow night. Sheila Watko caught up with Tony about his upcoming projects and never being afraid to try something new.
You had a residency at Cafe Carlyle in New York. Now you're going to bring Tony Danza Standards and Stories to our area this weekend.
It's so much fun to do. Oh my gosh, it's really, you know, and it's I think it's the only time I'm really happy is when I'm up there. You know, I wrote this show, and so it's so fulfilling to go and have people like the show. I mean, you can't beat the music. I mean, we're talking about the Great American Songbook, and I try to pick stuff that's a little off the beaten path, so you know we're not doing my way. You know, it's not just singing, it's not just comedy. It's a lot of stuff. It's like I liken it to those old variety shows where you have a host and a lot of different acts. In this, I'm the host and all the acts.
And I know that you have a special connection to Frank Sinatra because your mom would have loved this show. Is that right?
You know, my mother, she was really my real inspiration, the woman that told me I could be somebody, you know, and not another guy from the neighborhood. And I miss her. I miss her terribly. And I love, by the way, that's one of the things I love about doing the show because I get to talk about it.
I have to say, something that I think is so interesting and surprising about you is that you didn't even learn to tap dance until you were 32 years old. What's something else you think that fans would be surprised to find out about you?
Well, you know, the singing. I think the singing is really the touchstone. You know, I wanted to sing. I think I could do it, you know, but it takes a long time to figure it out. You have to work at it. You have to do the things that, you know, you have to learn how to breathe. You have to, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And I've been doing it now and doing the work for a lot of years. So now I'm actually seeing some benefit from it. I really do. I mean,
what would you say to people who are in their 30s and beyond, even in their 50s, 60s, 70s, about trying something new?
Well, this is something that we tell the kids at the program is you've got to stay a student. You got to stay a student. You know, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I remember when I was in school, I didn't want to be a student. But now it's all I want to do is be a student. I'm taking Spanish. I got Duolingo.
Me too.
I'm on a 65-day streak. I'm tap dancing. I'm taking piano lessons. Yeah, but I'm getting up there, and sometimes, you know, it's scary because you feel like you're living in a bad neighborhood and anything could happen. You know, you wake up you go to bed, you're fine. You wake up with a broken leg. What the hell? You know, what's going on here?
You know, so many of us got to know you from your TV roles in Taxi and Who's the Boss, and I know that you've always had really sweet relationships with your co-stars. Talk about the relationships that you've built and how they've lasted through this day.
Well, yesterday was Chris Lloyd's birthday. It's a bond that's really, it's unbreakable. It's wonderful.
Tony, you have a really special connection to Philly. 15 years ago now, you shot a reality show called Teach Tony Danza. You became an English teacher for 10th graders at Northeast High School. You've since founded the Stars of Tomorrow Project. That's a nonprofit where you work with teenagers from low-income communities. You do theater, you do acting, you do singing, you do cooking. What do you most love about working with teenagers and young people?
I said, I had the most wonderful childhood any kid could ever have in America. I grew up in the 50s and 60s in Brooklyn and East New York, toughest neighborhood in the world, but you know, I had two parents who loved me, and we were all poor, but nobody was desperate. And I think a lot of our kids are being shortchanged. They're not getting that kind of an opportunity. And we take the kids shopping for groceries. Then we go and rent a kitchen on 57th Street, and we cook the groceries. We teach them how to make a meal for themselves and their families. And it's amazing how the kids are like riveted by this. And that's what we're trying to engender, that kind of a thing where you got a place to go. And when I'm watching the kids, I can't help but notice youth. Just youth. That beautiful thing, the way they move. Down on the floor, they're up. It's thrilling. It's thrilling. I mean, there are times when I leave rehearsal, I can't stop at a bar. I'm in too good a mood. You know what I mean? I'll get in trouble for sure. And we're just trying to make them know, you know, how valuable they are and how far they can go if they put their mind to it.
I ain't shooting my way out of problems no more.
I disagree.
I know that you're in Raising Kanan. You're playing a mob boss.
The 5th season of Raising Kanan is going to be out soon. And it is I'm telling you, for fans of the show, it's a wrap up. When we read the script, when we get together and we read the script.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. See, hold on a second. Hold on. Dan, I'm doing an interview. What are you doing? I'm almost finished. I'll call you right back.
Tell him it's from Philly.
It's from Philly, but yes.
We love Danny in Philly.
Hi, Philly. From the first day of Taxi, when he pulled on my shirt because I was in an argument with a guy over a parking space in the lot of Paramount, my first day, and he pulled on my shirt, and I looked at this guy, Dan, and he said, "You Tony Danza?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Come on, you're with me," and that's how I met him, and we've been friends, ever since.
Tony, looking back, you've had such an illustrious career. TV, stage, film, now working within nonprofits. You're an author. What would you say is the legacy that you hope to leave on the world?
It's something Alyssa Milano told me when she became an ambassador for the United Nations, for UNICEF. She told me, "I just want to leave the place a little better than I found it." And I think that's all we can hope for, all of us,
Tony Danza is performing Standards and Stories tomorrow night at the Sunnybrook Ballroom in Pottstown, Montgomery County. The show starts at 7.